Anyway, all right. Let's start at the beginning. Would you please just introduce yourself and tell us who you are, what you do?
My name is Marie-Claire Saindon, and I am currently a choral composer. Within the first few pages of her autobiography, she writes, as a child, I loved numbers and numbers loved me. They followed me everywhere, and no matter what I did, I was always finding something to count. Numbers are basically what, for me, is music and notes in my head. There's like constantly music running in my head, whether I like it or not. And she would just have numbers and counting and as a thing. So for me, it was just really evocative of like, how would it be to have numbers and what would you be counting? Try to write a piece about a woman who has numbers following her everywhere. What can I count? For some reason, I was like, no, I want to sing the pitch degrees. So if you're singing the first note of the scale, you're going to be singing 1. If you're singing the second note of the scale, you're singing 2. So it kind of really creates this texture that is not so much about everybody counting the same numbers, but that something is being counted and it kind of makes a cloud out of it. You have the numbers machine happening and the melody, and they're right there. That's just where I love having those close voices just constantly rubbing against each other. The harmonies that I naturally gravitate towards when writing for a voice are close harmonies. Yeah. If I have a choice, I'll always start with treble voice, just because it's like putting on your favorite glove, just She is really awesome. I just really loved reading her book. She loved teaching and also being a research mathematician. She was just really passionate about what she was doing and sharing as much of the knowledge as she could with as many people as possible. Her father, one of the lessons he imparted with her was, look, I am no better than anybody, but nobody is better than me. And this mantra that she would repeat over and over and over in her book, whether it be about her being a woman piercing through a man's world or an African American piercing in a white world. That was what was pushing her forward. So I ended up writing the text myself after asking questions to other artists, people of color, because I realized that her story is not just a woman's story, which I relate to, but also an African American woman's story. In the end, those are the things that I find most formidable about her, is that she's constantly asking why not? And I tried to see what were some of the biggest questions that she had to ask, and had to ask the question why not to statements to help her and others move forward.